Alright, in this video we're going to look at the outline for your junior programmer code for 6b. We're going to create a multiplication table. And a couple of things for the code requirements. Make sure that in your code you're going to include a program header. Add comments where needed to explain everything that is majorly going on with the code. And this code is not as complicated as you think. The code can be actually written in about 4 to 5 lines of code. If we look at the output that I want you guys to do, a couple of things to pay attention is this. Let me actually run the code and show you what needs to be done, because there's a little thing that you need to be aware of. So when I run the code, as you're able to see, we have a multiplication table, and this is just a basic table. And once again, we end up utilizing a nested for loop. Now, the thing that I want you guys to understand in terms of the formatting, you notice that we have the top row and the second row and the third row, they're all lining up. These numbers here are all in line, so basically they're going to be right justified. So let me show you what you're able to do to make the text or the numbers basically right justified. So I'm going to run a piece of code here, and you notice that when I do the output of the first line and second line, the numbers are not quite lining up. If I go back and look at the code, so this was my print statement that printed the numbers out not nicely. I'm going to comment this out here and then uncomment this. And once again, this is the power of utilizing F strings. So you notice I'm utilizing an F string. Here is my number that I'm utilizing, and this portion right here is going to do 4 spaces and also make it right justified. Now let me go back here and run the code one more time, and now you're able to see that everything is spaced and lined up evenly. So hint, that's something that you need to do in that particular code. Alright, now I want to show you the challenge code. So this is kind of a combination of challenge code 1 and 2. But challenge code 1 is actually going and creating these vertical and horizontal lines here. And again, that's going to be in the nested if statement, but you're going to be doing a condition that if we're at a specific row, then we're going to print out a whole bunch of equal signs. And if we're at a specific column, we're going to print out a vertical line as well. So that's a big hint. So this is a big hint to do a challenge code number 1. And in challenge code number 2 is actually present a menu for the user. And this is how it should kind of work, that you present it with a choice. Make sure that we have a error that if the user doesn't select that particular number, they end up selecting a correct number. Here's number 1, and then the multiplication table is going to be identified, and it prints out the table right there. Alright, and then that is it for this particular lab.